Oh, awfully nice, darling.
Hey everyone, it's Bono here from Neuropark and Speaking Dog. I'm here with Betty. Oh, this is very awkward. Oh, didn't work very well, did it? Happy Easter. I'm here in the natural world Neuropark, somewhere out in nowhere land. It's nice and tranquil and nobody's around. Brilliant for a bit of sniffari with one of my client dogs. This semi-life is going to be about emotion, and will capture a small little bit of what our CPD course on emotion will be, that I will load on onto the Neuropark site later on this month when I have time. I think it's important to understand emotion from a different point of view than the traditional form of view of the view of basic emotions, where emotions are a natural kind, a hardwired circuit, and which can be read as though they are words on a page in form of facial expressions and body expressions, body movements, etc. And that view is just outdated. And it's outdated because we know so much more about how our systems work, and therefore we have to incorporate new theories. And one of the modern theories is the theory of constructed emotions. It's a scientific theory, so it means it's not just this, I shouldn't say just, it's not a hypothesis with some data evidence. It's a scientific theory with a ton of evidential data, scientific data, to show that this is the most likely way emotions are constructed, as far as we know to date. Science always moves because, we also have different kind of tools as we go along. The tools that they use today to gather scientific data are totally different and so much more advanced than the scientific tools we had, humanity had 50 years ago, 70 years ago, or 2,000 years ago, from which the basic theory of emotions is still based on the kind of view that we're stimulated from the outside. We have this uprising emotions that reacts to that stimuli to be able to behave and survive. And so what's that new theory all about? It really incorporates how a system would categorize all the different movements, the arising feelings, the things that happen within your body, the sensory expectations and the sensory inputs that constantly compare each other and create errors to minimize uncertainty. How all this comes together and forms this really rich conscious experiences that we as humans then categorize into things like fear or anger or joy or jealousy, or when we talk about animals, people would have more a Panksepian view, so they would categorize it into play and rage and care, etc. So understanding how the brain makes these features of how we understand the brain today, will give you an idea how you can observe what your dog may need from you to help it along. Whether that is if you're adopting a new puppy, or whether that is if you're working with clients like I do, or whether you're adopting a dog that has, you know, a history or a negative history, which people call trauma or PTSD. These are just categories. They're not, they don't tell you anything else. They just tell you that something very negative is in the past, and that past guides the way that the expectations interact with sensory input. And so when we go out and understand that better, I can understand that a dog pulling on a lead is not necessarily always fear. That a dog growling is not necessarily always rage. That a dog play bowing is not necessarily always play. And I can incorporate that by videoing it and then looking at all the other things I might have not expected over and over again by watching the videos over and over again, to see what is the most likely thing that I can incorporate with, whether that is training methods or just simply support for the dog I'm working with, etc., to make the interactions better that the dog has with the world. So create a better new experience that eventually will become the past, of which the system will make new action plans and interact with the world. Sounds like a lot of mumbo jumbo, I know. It took me, I think I've been on that now for nearly 9 years. I've been, trying to understand that. So it is hard to understand, and sometimes when something feels hard and we don't have the energy to learn something new, it all sounds like mumbo jumbo. So we go with the things that we think are easy to understand, and we call common sense. Common sense literally just means that a lot of people believe the same thing. Doesn't necessarily make it accurate. So this is kind of like my thoughts for today. I'll make another video with little tiny bits, and then once I loaded the emotion course, those ones who want to learn more can go on Neuropark and load it down. I wish you a happy Easter, and enjoy the lovely weather with your dogs in the natural type Neuroparks somewhere in the forest or bush somewhere. Alright, see ya!